Gertrude Stein penned the famous line, "A rose is a rose is a rose." But Gertrude was wrong. A rose isn't always a rose. Sometimes it can be the sign of a miracle.
Welcome to another edition of Roses Rosewood here on the Thrift Store Rundown, the only YouTube channel to bring the Bachelor and Pretty Little Liars home on a budget. Two minor miracles in the grand scheme of television, and two major miracles in the even grander scheme of binge-worthy guilty pleasures, week after week. Like, for example, last week, Clayton Edgar's season premiere of The Bachelor, and what a saga that was. He now has the unique and dubious distinction of having a suitor deny his first impression roles, the first for any season of The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Yeah, he certainly has some flaws that need to be worked out. In that regard, he reminds me of another Bachelor that I'll highlight a little bit later once I get into the February 22nd, 2021 issue of Us Weekly, which I paid $1.49 for. And yes, you are seeing actual royalty on the cover. Even though I'm not a royal family follower, I'll take the high road and say happy late birthday to Duchess Kate Middleton, who turned the big 4-0. But for me, in my opinion, the real royalty lies inside, beyond the royal family. It's always a good sign when you start off with some real fine royalty. Ah yes, let the bells ring, 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 and let the boys and girls swoon, swoon, swoon. In page 50, Shay Mitchell, her royal hotness, lets us in on a healthy day. But that's gonna have to wait for a moment because the Bachelor that I referenced that also had some flaws can be found on page 23. In the stars that just like us section. Here is former Bachelor Nick Viall doing some household chores, taking out the garbage in LA, photographed February 1st. Nick Viall is certainly not vile by any sense of the word, but he is no spring chicken either. Former fiancée Vanessa Grimaldi figured that out for herself. Then again, she is, or was, a teacher. Most teachers have to figure things out for themselves. Moving on to some Riverdale royalty, we have here Lili Reinhart smiling for the camera alongside a miniature Stalwart Milo and puppy Olive. Olive belonging to Madeleine Petsch, by the way. Lili, as you know, plays Betty Cooper on Riverdale, and she's a real Betty on that show, as is Madeleine Petsch, who plays Sarah Blossom. And if you want to know, Milo and Olive. Hey, Madeleine, why did you name her or him Otis? Now, for the meat and potatoes of this entire review, Shay Mitchell's Healthy Day. Aptly put, in the top right-hand corner of page 50, Shay slays. The actress, businesswoman, and mom lets us in on a self-care journey, step by step. Step 1, getting down to business. Step 2, health is wealth. Here she is, photographed alongside her daughter, Atlas. Step 3, straight talk. Step 4, 2021 Fitspo, which should apply to 2022 before Omicron ruins everything. Even more. Step 5, all fun and games. And Step 6, happy hour, me time, indulgence time. This reminds me of last year. If you made a New Year's resolution to get healthy, and TSR provided you with some measure of inspiration, well then, I want to take things to the next level yet again with Shay Mitchell. And we did so last year from Trader Joe's, when I did a review of Self Magazine with her on the cover. The reason why I did that from Trader Joe's is because they had a line of Trader Joe's products in their healthy food award section or something like that. Link is below if you want to check it out. Speaking of royalty, I hereby decree that this is another crackerjack edition of Us Weekly, especially for you Mitchies out there. And I hereby proclaim that this gets all 5 claps. Never mind the minor imperfection here on the cover. The address of whoever previously owned this issue of Us Weekly being scissored out because, well, that's in the interest of security. Let me run it down for you one more time. Shay Mitchell, Lili Reinhart, Duchess Kate Middleton, and, for better or worse, Nick Viall. I think that's enough royalty for tonight. Even though 3 out of 4 of these folks are not actually royalty to me. And I think you know which 3 or 4. Which is why I will once again take a moment and say my goodbyes, and I hope to see you again next week. Thanks for watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. Now catch you on the thrift side.